Welcome to part 54. The modeling process almost done. So we need that that base thing that's below here. So let's just create some reference for measurement issues or measurement reasons. So creating a cube and giving it a width of 0.3 and a depth of 0.3 as well. And let's put in the height 0.5, but doesn't really matter. So let's hit F to frame in on that. Let's DV middle mouse snap the pivot here to that corner. And then we bring that whole object by pressing V middle mouse to that outer corner here. So we need one here, and we need one at the other side. So hit Control D, duplicate that thing, and bring it to the other side. Ooh, that was far away. So V middle mouse, snap it here. So let's move the pivot, DV middle mouse, and then V snap that object here to that corner as well. So now we go in and create a polygon, another cube, and like I said, though, we can put the height to a 0.5. And then we just hit F on the keyboard to frame it on that and move the pivot D, V, move it up to Y, and then snap it here, re-snap it to the upper Y level. So move that whole object and then V snap it here to the bottom so that it's right underneath our let me just go to the side view, check if yeah, so that's looking good. So now we go to vertex mode, select those vertices, move them here first, and then V snap them here to that point so that we have a gap of 3 millimeters here. Yeah, and do the same here with this. V snap it, and then we go here to the front view, take the 4 vertices and move them here to that point from our reference cube, V middle mouse and snap. So now we have that base. So yeah, so we could go in and delete those. Oh, just keep them. Can create those 4 little feet that are underneath here. But for now, let's just work on that. Hit Alt H so we can go in here and let's go to face mode and delete the top face. So we're not connecting that to the rest of the geometry, so we don't need that top face here. And then as almost every piece here of that synthesizer, so let me just show all, we have to create a little cone form. So means we go in here to vertex, select the lower vertices, and then let me just go to perspective again, and then we are scaling that in slightly. Hope that's not too far, just scaling. So now I'm moving, that's not good, so let me undo that. So hit R to scale first. So then we scale proportionally. So I press, where's that? Smooth. Let's check that out. So that's a little too much. So I'm looking at the thing here in front of me. Let's go check it out from the side, then scale it out a little bit more. So maybe just looking only at one side and then hit plus on the keyboard to get that handle larger. zoom out just a little bit, so I'm just eyeballing that. Something like that. Okay, so then we check it here from the front view as well, and scale that out just a little bit more so that angle is not that strong. Say okay, so I think that looks pretty good. So what we do now is we select that complete object. Let me hit minus on the keyboard to get those handles a little bit smaller. So let's, with a complete object selected, just do a bevel. So then let's zoom in on that. So we are not going to smooth that. There's no need to smooth that object later. So let's type in 0.2. Oh, that's a little bit too high. Let's try 0.1. Go to object mode. So even that can be lower than that. So let's try 0.06. Why not 5? I don't know. Just thought that 6 is a great number. So that looks. So I'm looking at the thing. That looks good. So why not putting 0.5? Yeah. Okay, so we leave it like it is. So now let's grab this guy here and let's type in some numbers like. So I know it's 8mm.8, and the height is something like 0.25. And the depth, that's about 3, as far as I remember. Yeah, it's only a tiny cube. And let's go to the top face here as well, delete it, grab the whole object, and then let me hit F on the keyboard to frame in on that. So that also has this. Find it all the way around that machine, so it also has this little, let me hit R to scale, just a tiny bit here and a tiny bit there. And then let's again let's center the pivot, and then press D, move the pivot, and Y, and then V, middle mouse, and snap it here to the top. And let's create here bevel as well. So hit Alt 5 so we can see a little bit better what's going on. Maybe let's try 0.5 here. Oh, that's way too far. 0.05. Yeah, that's only just a tiny little guy. So, and that sits about, what was it? Let me just measure that real quick. You want to put that there where it belongs. So I take this machine here and take my fancy measure tool. So it's from the 8mm. 8mm, and then about 6. Yeah, 8 and 6mm. Okay. Let me just. So 8 and 6. So why not creating another cube as reference and give it width of 0.8, and then V, middle mouse, and snap it somewhere here where we need it. DV, middle mouse, snap it. And then we move that guy. here about that corner somewhere. So and then let's give it a depth of 0.6. That doesn't help. It will if I move the pivot here. D, V, middle mouse, snap it. Then here, V, snap it somewhere here to the corner. So this object has to go with that corner to that corner. So let's just DV middle mouse snap that thing there, and then might move it down here. So it's sitting right there. Looks great. Select that object and then V middle mouse, snap it there. So that should be the position. So let's just let's move this thing. So maybe it doesn't have to be 100% perfect. We're not gonna render that from below, but so Control D and then move it. Let me hit F to frame in on that. So that let's change the pivot here. DV middle mouse and then snapping it. V middle mouse somewhere about there. Okay. So then we select this, shift select the other one, and then Control G to group. So we have the center of the pivot, the center of the grid, and then Control D to duplicate. So let me see it from down here, and then R, and then we scale those -1 and X. And that's it. So let's grab our reference cubes. So that one and this one. So that's the down part. And in the next video, so I'm gonna pause this video. In the next video, we will definitely finish the modeling process. So we still have to create that cone shape of you know, the main, would say the main case of that piece. All right, so see you in the next video then.